Welcome back to the Metal Band Mobile here on Metal Band's Chronicles. You know what? We're going to talk about a band that's only been around for about 3 years. Yes, formed in 2017 by Trevor William Church, the son of William Church, formerly the bass player for Montrose, Sammy Hagar's solo band, and Van Morrison. Pretty damn interesting to come from that background. Anyways, the band we're going to be talking about is Haunt. Right now, the most consistent band when it comes to up-and-coming young heavy metal acts. That's right. And I'll tell you what, if you want heavy metal done the old school way, you gotta check out Haunt. 4 studio albums, 2 EPs, 2 splits, 1 single, and they got a demo release, and they got a new album coming out very soon called Triumph, which is just a re-recording of tracks from those 2 demos. And I'm definitely looking forward to that. Without further ado, we're going to get right on to it. Now, what inspired me to do this video, or what's inspiring me to do this video, my good friend Mick Watkins just did a video on Haunt not too long ago. And he talked about the 6 releases. That's what I'm going to do right now, to the best of my knowledge. So let's get right into it. And we're going to go all the way back to the beginning, 2017, with their debut, Luminous Eyes. That's right, Luminous Eyes. I'm telling you, man, great debut. Like Mick Watkins said, man, this sounds like a lost release from the new wave of British heavy metal era. From 1980, 1981, around that time frame, man, around that time period. That's what this little EP sounds like. Even the production has that early 80s new wave of British heavy metal sound. Now, if you like Iron Maiden with Paul Di'Anno, if you like Angel Witch, I'm sure you're going to enjoy this with some Thin Lizzy melodies, a little bit of Blizzard of Oz era Ozzy Osbourne pertainly on the track No Master. No Master, you listen to that track, it's got that disco crazy train type of drum beat going on. Great track, and the rest of this EP is phenomenal too. Luminous Eyes, killer opener to this track. Right away, you can hear that classic new wave of British heavy metal influence, man, pouring out of your speakers, you know. Same with track 2 on here, As Fire Burns, another killer track, you know. And Fallen Star to end this great little EP, man. I'm telling you right there, man. Great EP. Trevor looks pretty damn badass here. He did all the instruments on this first EP, except for the drumming. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. That's what the inside looks like. Yeah. Now Mick showed his vinyls. I'm showing my CDs. I don't have Haunt on vinyl yet. That's going to change. I want to get these on vinyl too. Now, I just acquired the whole discography not too long ago from Haunt's Bandcamp. So definitely check out Haunt's Bandcamp and buy his music. Or their music. So up next, we got their debut full-length studio album here, 2018's Burst Into Flames. Right there's what the cover looks like, I'm telling you. Right there's the back of it, you know. Right there, another solid slab of traditional heavy metal, you know. Right there's the band. Let's read off the band members here, okay? So we got lead vocals, guitar, obviously, Trevor William Church. At the time you had on bass, Matthew Wilholt. Drums, you had Daniel Wilson. Daniel Woofy Wilson, who played on the Luminous Eyes EP. And, you know, Trevor did all the instruments. That's the name I forgot to mention. Anyways, you got guitar and backup vocals by John Michael Tucker, a future guitar hero. Like Mick Watkins 85 said. I agree with him. There's some damn good, catchy, melodic lead guitar playing on this album. Lots of twin guitars on this freaking thing. I'm telling you, man, you just have some stellar songwriting on here. And this is how I first found out about Haunt. How I found out about Haunt was through Darcy 6 Strings 9 Lives, if I remember correctly. Great YouTuber, go subscribe to him. Yes, I remember him showing this around that time, you know. So yeah, that's how I pretty much found out about Haunt. I went on YouTube, I listened to the album. I'm like, man, this is good stuff. Definitely old school sounding. Definitely has influences of Iron Maiden, Thin Lizzy, Angel Witch, maybe a little bit of Dokken to sprinkle on top of the greatness of the new wave of British heavy metal. Maybe some Blue Oyster Cult melodies in there, you know. That's what you get with Haunt. Every track on here is great. Burst Into Flames, the title track. Crystal Ball's very freaking good. You know, Reflections, amazing. My Marriage, another great track. Wanderlust is one of the best tracks on here. You know, Frozen in Time's amazing. Heroes is probably one of the better tracks on here, you know. Can't Get Back, just another great track. In Looking Glass, just stellar heavy metal, man. Great full-length debut here by Haunt, you know. So not long after that, you know, in 2019, you get their follow-up studio album, If Icarus Could Fly. Very good album. Now this one has a little bit more speed metal on here, I think. It's definitely a little faster than the debut and, you know, the first EP. You know, you get 8 tracks on here. I mean, you know, we're going to open up the booklet and I'm going to show you what it looks like right there. You know, If Icarus Could Fly, baby. You know, get your lyrics. Again, like I said, another solid album. Like I said, I think this one's a little more on the speed metal side. You have a lineup change here a little bit. You know, you got new bass player Taylor Hallman coming in on bass and backup vocals. You know, you still got Trevor William Church there naturally. You know, you got John Michael Tucker. Great guitar duo right there, man. You get Daniel Woofy Wilson on drums. You know, so yeah, Haunt hasn't gone through a ton of lineup changes yet. You know, this is the lineup they currently have too. You know, anyways, yeah, that's pretty much your booklet. You know, another solid slab of heavy metal here. Like I said, I think this one's a little more on the speed metal side. You know, again, you get great tracks like Run and Hide, In My Hands, Cosmic Kiss, Ghost, which they released as a single. Great track. You know, you get Clarion, another great track. Winds of Destiny, Killer, the title track. If Icarus Could Fly, and to end it, you get Defender. Solid album, man. And I'm telling you what, we're already halfway through this, and how do you rank these albums? They're all so good. Well, we're not doing a ranking right now. I'm just, you know, talking about these. And, you know, not long afterwards, only 6 months later, you get an EP of leftover tracks, 4 leftover tracks. If I'm pronouncing this right, Mosaic Visions also came out in 2019. You know, you get 4 new tracks. I'll tell you what, man, Triumph, one of the best tracks Haunt has done up to this point. Mosaic Visions, the title track, is another great track, you know. And Show of Flames, killer stuff. And Colossus, another great track. Just great stuff on this EP, man. I'm telling you. You will not be disappointed. You know? It's the booklet. Yeah, these 4 tracks are amazing. Very strong EP. Thing I like about these EPs too, it's all original music. You don't get cover songs, it's all original music, which is the beauty of it. So now we're gonna go into 2020. You know, about 6 months later, maybe 7 months later, you get a brand new studio album. And this was actually the very first Haunt album I acquired. Mind Freeze. You still get the heavy metal greatness of those first 4 releases. Now this one adds some keyboards in it. It's kind of got a wintry atmosphere. I kind of agree with that one. You know, you get, what do you got here? You got 9 tracks? Yeah, you get 9 tracks of just great heavy metal. Again, I mean, what more could be said? Now here's your booklet, you know. You know, you still get the same lineup. I like their logo, man. I love that. I just think that's cool looking, man. But this is another excellent album. A little more melodic on here, probably. There's still some speed on here, you know, and the heaviness and the new wave of British heavy metal influences. Maybe the Dokken influences are coming in a little bit more on this album. But my God, you got... Alright, there's what the CD looks like, by the way, if I didn't show it. But anyways, track-wise. Light the Beacon. Hearts on Fire. Mind Freeze. Divide and Conquer. Great track. You know, you get Saviors of Man. Fight or Flight. Have No Fear on the Stage. One of the best tracks on here. And Voyager. Another great track. Again, every track on here is good. You see there's a pattern going on here. There's no filler tracks yet. It's just heavy metal greatness. This is why I love this fucking band. You know? And I like the consistency of this band. They're putting out albums constantly, you know? And that's something we definitely need more of once again in music. More consistency. A lot of bands take 3 to 4 years to put out albums nowadays. You know? But anyways, moving on. Haunt would come back. You know? With Flashback, only like 6 months later. Came out back in June. Again, continuing on a more melodic path. You know, there's more keyboard work on here too. I mean, this is a great album. Flashback. Winter's Breath, great track. Electrified, you know, another killer track. One with the Universe, another excellent track. Spread a Fortune, you know, great stuff. Figure in a Painting, killer. Sweet Embrace, you know, another great track. The Great Beyond. Excellent album. This one, you know, I still need more listens, you know, when it comes to this one. But I'll tell you what, I've played this album a few times and it's freaking good. It gets better with each listen. I'm telling you. Again, that's what the booklet looks like and the CD looks like. You know, I mean, let's look at the booklet. Cool little picture. Now this one, you know, that's pretty much it. You get your lyrics, you get that cool picture, you know. So yeah, that would be the 6 releases from Haunt. 4 studio albums, 2 EPs. I'm telling you, man. And all this coming out within just 3 years, which is really impressive. So yeah, that's my look at the Haunt discography as we speak. 6 releases in 3 years, if you want to count, you know, the 2 EPs, the demo, you know, the single for Ghost, you know, and the upcoming release Triumph, you know. Hey man, that's a pretty hefty, healthy discography in just a few years, if you ask me. Anyways, that's my look at Haunt so far. Get on Bandcamp. Check out Haunt. Look them up on Facebook. If you love traditional heavy metal, especially in that old school new wave of British heavy metal style mixed with a little bit of Dokken, some Blue Oyster Cult, some Thin Lizzy, you won't be disappointed. Keep it metal.